is that?
Creepier that way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Does that red light mean the camera's on?
It does.
Yes.
It does, technology whiz that you are.
So it's on right now?
Yeah. Alright, so welcome to the latest episode of Getting Engaged.
Online, in life, and at work.
And we've got a special guest today. Yukari, you want to introduce?
Mark Davidson,
Mark Davidson, there you go.
because you're here.
That's physically in the room, so that would make you a special guest. Absolutely. I guess we're hovering now with our third anniversary, I guess, now to kick off. Isn't it about that time?
Is it third or second?
Oh, God, I can't
You
remember.
forgot an anniversary?
Oh, my God. No, you're not the first woman to tell me that.
I thought this is a second.
No, it's third. Starting our third year.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, starting
Does that make sense? Do you want to start this whole thing over?
No.
Because I'm not entirely sure.
It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
I know we did, well, we started off, then Doug Brown was here for our anniversary.
Yeah.
And then, no, I guess this would be 2 years. Yay! This would be 2 years. But yeah, so we're kicking off third season. I'm not entirely sure. I got to get a calendar. But anyway, let's move along because Russell doesn't know what day it is today. There was
Bunch of tired people today.
Yeah, that's what it must be. So there was an article.
Yes. So today I
talk
thought
about? Yeah.
we'll talk about. So well, thanks to Doug Brown because he wrote about this in the blog a little while ago.
Yep.
And his blog post was DougBrownCreative.wordpress.com, I think. Doug?
Yes. A lot of I thinks today. We'll put it in the description at the bottom.
Yes, we'll put it down here. But he wrote a post that is social media new heroin.
Is the new heroine, yeah.
Right. Then he refers to this article from the Atlantic. That's a hard word for me to say. It's the ESL Moment of the Week. The Atlantic article by, remember the name?
Stephen March?
Yes.
Could be Marche. There's no accent aigu.
Stephen Marche.
Could be Marche.
But he wrote it.
Stephen, for making you more French than you are, I apologize.
Very interesting article, really long. But it says, "Is Facebook making us lonely?" And I thought that the article is very interesting. You should read it. But I thought it's kind of interesting topic to discuss. Go. So do you think is Facebook really making us lonely?
No.
Because you love Facebook, right?
I read the article. It deploys a lot of hasty generalization. I'm sure that people are already lonely that are using Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
No, we're just agreeing to disagree. I thought
Fine.
this was really well written article, and
Okay.
I think I understand some people are lonely. Not everybody, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I think truthfully, people are lonely. Social media just makes it easier to be so. It's just yes, we are more tapped in and plugged in than we ever have in the entire history of civilization ever. Mm-hmm. Sure, but if you're a person that has problems connecting with humans and in your personal life or online, it's just this. It's the same thing. I think it's if you're not getting out of your house to meet new people. If you're lonely, do something about it.
Right.
I found value personally when I moved back to Victoria. I used social media to expand my social circle. Mm-hmm. I was very secular. It was very much about the work where I was working, and you included yourself, Yukari.
Yeah.
And I think really people have to understand that it's just a tool. Go ahead. Why are you giggling? Is it the hand gestures?
I'm just remembering the avatar you had on Twitter
When I first started.
Yeah, and the terrible picture.
Oh, it was in a basement.
Like,
it was so.
Yeah, like my parents' basement picture.
Oh, it was totally.
I was like, who's this guy?
Who's the creepy guy?
I couldn't really see your face, and yeah.
You could see my hair and a blue plaid shirt. You could only see my hair and a blue plaid shirt. I've grown up so much since then. Now I've got a brick wall, and it's like basically this.
Right. Yeah. What a difference.
Do you think it's possible that Facebook and the use of mobile phones can socially isolate people because they're not aware of their surroundings in the outside world? Because, if you're at home and you're lonely, Facebook doesn't change that or contribute to that. If you're in your mom's basement at home, like you're already lonely, you get on Facebook, now you have social contacts, but nothing's really changed. The only thing that I see changing is perhaps and I think we're all guilty of this, where you're out somewhere around other people. Oh, I have to tweet this.
Yeah.
I have to photograph and upload it. I have to jump on Facebook. And you're doing this in the presence of other people. So suddenly you have a room filled with people who are connected online, but at the same time very
Not
socially
connected with each
isolated.
other.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see this being any different than somebody having a Walkman on their headphones in the
Right.
70s. You're in your world, right? You're not engaging with the outside. You're listening to your music, or you know,
Could be even a book.
Or
right?
talking
Or
on a
books,
cell
talking
phone
on
in the
a phone.
90s.
Yeah, the only difference now is that we live in a culture of look at me, look at me. So I'm doing something, I need everybody to know what I'm doing right now.
Right.
And that's just the culture we live in. The Kardashians wouldn't be popular if it
Right.
wasn't that way, right? So technology is just making it easier. It's not like the culture went this way, the technology is going with it. It's you know, it's not that it's taking us away from something that we weren't already doing. It's just enhancing how we're living our lives. So if you're a lonely person, you're going to be lonelier. It doesn't matter how many people you talk on social media,
Right.
at the corner store. I really have a problem with people putting a line down it. Well, this is technology, this is the real world.
Right.
Well, really, those lines are very much blurred now. Facebook, I very much use to keep in contact with friends and family. I don't have any business contacts or anything on Facebook. I've got other tools for that, but Facebook's very personal for me. So I certainly don't feel lonely talking to, okay, sure, it's some dude from grade 2 or that girl I dated 17 years ago, but I have a personal connection to them. So there's still, I'm not lonely. I'm alone because I'm in my room, but I'm not
Yeah.
lonely.
Right.
It depends on how much value you put in those relationships.
Yeah, I think that's what it all comes down to. Like,
Sure.
you know, you just get what you put into, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you don't connect with anybody else, why are you smiling?
He's agreeing with you.
Oh.
It's a smile of agreement. Even nodded a little bit.
Your co-host is very pretty.
Is she?
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
Take you out for
Suddenly I'm
coffee
Chuck
after the
Woolery.
show.
Suddenly I'm Chuck Woolery. That's
no,
fine.
I don't
It's fine.
date some
2 and 2.
people I work with, so so I'm getting all hot. Yeah, so you get what you put into.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
getting a
Totally
little
agree.
hot too.
Okay. Oh god.
Sorry.
See where you're going? So yeah, like if you're lonely, you will be lonely. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think it's a good question to ask anybody on Facebook or on Facebook or people that have met us or haven't met us. We don't care. You can talk to us.
right.
But yeah, no, it's a good question. Do you feel less engaged even though you're all on these social media tools? Do you feel more isolated because you
The other
have to
thing
work on your
people
phone?
say is like you feel like you're being upped all the time, right? Like my world is more perfect than yours.
Mhm.
That's another thing with social media. Like, you know, I have beautiful children and like my job is perfect and my husband's perfect.
Ooh, I
And,
want
like,
those people.
And like my pets are so cute and like I can't remember who said somebody said that on Facebook. It's almost like a reality TV
Yeah.
on social media now, right? So like everybody's a social media star now, and you know, like see the new thing I bought, and you know, I'm having coffee at the beach with this new shades, and you know,
But I think the opposite is true. If everyone's a social media star, then nobody's a social
Yeah.
media star. I mean, it's like in real life, for example. If everyone congregates in one place, not everyone's going to stand out because you become sort of a crowd and lost in the ocean of people. In reality, it's not true. The basic premise of that article is flawed. In reality, it's just like anything else. There are some people that their voice is going to rise above. They're going to become more noticeable because they're doing something interesting. They're provoking thought. They're making you laugh. They're making you think. They're teaching you something. There will always be that. Social media is so ubiquitous and so homogenized now. So many people are on it. I think the opposite is true. We're not all social media stars. I think at one point that may have been a little bit more true, but now there's a handful of stars. And most of those same stars in social media are also stars in other forms of media, whether it's television or movies as well, or the recording industry or whatnot. I just don't believe that everyone's a star in social media.
Well, I'm not a star and I don't want to be one. I have no desire to do that. I just want to personally, for my work, obviously I have goals I've set out and that I want to do for them. And then there's for myself, what do I want to get out of it? Well, I want to build relationships and I want to have good conversation about topics I'm passionate in. That's the bottom line. So I don't care about the crowd being everybody's online, because I only find 3 of you interesting because you're interesting in what I'm interested in.
Right.
So I don't care about the crowd. I care about my niche, and that's where I find the value in it.
Interesting.
You like that, eh?
All right, well, we're yapping a little long, so I just wanted to thank Mark for joining us today. We don't have enough guests in this first time. You've been such a handy camera guy up until now.
I have a tech person, yeah.
And he's got this whole, you can't see this, but we've got this whole room
You
full
should
of
see
lights.
this room.
I feel like I'm escaping, you know those scenes in movies where they're escaping from prison and all of a sudden these lights go on and you stop?
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling like right
So
now.
many lights here today.
What
Can
am I
we
wrong?
do the shadow puppet video next? That's the one I wanted to
After
do.
your nap, okay?
Okay.
What a great way to leave it on. I'm Russell Lolliker.
I'm Yukari Peerless,
That's Mark Davidson. And that's another episode of Getting Engaged.
online, in life, and at work.
See ya.
Bye.